Hi everybody, I'm Rick Beato. Today's Everything Music is called Even Beethoven Had Licks. Okay, so what do I mean by this? I'm going to play you one. This that is a melody or a line from Beethoven's Fourth Piano Concerto. It happens at probably about 3.5 minutes in. So I remember the first time I heard that, it was probably, years and years ago. I was listening to a recording of Christian Zimmerman. In fact, here it is. So after I saw him play this, I have the DVD set of him playing all 5 Beethoven piano concertos. I believe 3 of which Leonard Bernstein conducts, and then 2 of which he conducts from the piano. But this is an immense piece, Beethoven's Fourth Piano Concerto. I remember hearing that line and thinking, even Beethoven has licks. Now, that's his Fourth Piano Concerto, so he had 3 more before that and 1 after it. You got to know that, and this is really when Beethoven was getting to the point where he was really hard of hearing. This is a line that an improviser would play, and this is something that he probably had sitting around waiting, that he probably used in his improvisations and decided to use it here in the piece. Now, what is it exactly? Well, it's basically 2 triads. It's a G major triad and an F sharp diminished triad. Okay, the G major obviously is GBD. F sharp diminished is F sharp A C. But essentially that's acting as a D7 chord, as the 3rd, 5th, and 7th of a D7th chord. So essentially he's going from G major, it's like he's going back and forth, but the top part of the line starts. There's your G major, half step resolution, half step resolution. Okay, so again. So that's just a repeated pattern. Really, it's. Now, if you played it over just a G pedal tone, it'd sound like this. I played it over G and D. Listen. Now, the next part of the line is a climbing line. It starts with a first inversion G major chord, and it goes B, G, D, A, C, F sharp, D. Then you're going to the second inversion G major chord, which is D, B, G, then C, F sharp, A. So you're going to a root position. You're going from a second inversion G major chord to a root position F sharp diminished chord, then to a root position G major chord, G, D, B, and then F sharp. So this is a first inversion F sharp diminished chord. Then it starts over. So it just repeats that pattern to there, there, and then just repeats up the octave. But it's really fast. And here's what it sounds like again with Christian Zimmerman playing it. Now, if I did it over a G pedal tone, it'd sound like this. If I did it over a G pedal tone, it'd sound like this. Okay? That's an incredibly cool pattern that I'm sure Beethoven knew a million of like that. Now listen to it up tempo. Now it has chords under it. I didn't put the chords under it because I didn't want to confuse you. But let's say I did a different left-hand part, something like this. You can learn a lot of things from some pieces like that. There are about 1,000 licks just in this Beethoven Piano Concerto No. 4 that you can take for yourself. I could do something like this. Let's say that we had a left-hand part that was a duplet pattern against a triplet pattern, because this is all triplets, right? So I just did a duplet pattern over the triplets there. Okay, now let's say I take the same idea of the lick, the first part of it, that part of it, and I alter it a bit and use different chords, but I still keep the same concept for it. And maybe I play and then go to G major like this, and then play it down the octave, and then I'll do the same thing with a climb. Maybe I'll go. So I went G major, E major, and then G major, and then A major. Okay, so I'm going G, E, G, A. Okay, and listen what it sounds like. Here it is. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to put a little left-hand accompaniment to it. Check it out. A little more modern with it. I'll do the triplets against duplets. Check that out again. And once again, let me play it just by itself again. This is a way to take things that you've heard, borrow them, and turn them into your own kind of lines. So you can take one of Beethoven's licks and you make it your own lick. Just by, you kind of get inspired by the idea and you take the concept and make it your own. I mean, that's definitely, when I heard, the first time I heard that Beethoven, I've heard that Beethoven Piano Concerto for 30 years. First time I heard that lick, I thought to myself, that's a lick. That's something that Beethoven had that he could just, you know, that was an incredibly cool pattern that he played. And it caught my ear, and I was like, wow, that's something you could use in, you know, in jazz or in rock or something. I mean, really, really cool. Or in your own classical piece. So I encourage you to look for these things. And I'm going to get into how to take contrapuntal lines, how to take a phrase from Bach, take the notes, and then turn them into something even more modern, using the same type of voice movement, but create it over modern harmonies. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. And if you're interested in the Beato book or Skype lessons with me, you can write me at rickbeato1@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.